Today we are playing this 0 rare green-white enchantments deck in Standard. The game plan is to play tons of enchantments like Fang of Shigeki and Spirited Companion, power them out for cheap with Jukai Naturalist, all the while dropping +1/+1 counters on our other creatures thanks to Generous Visitor. After we have a bunch of enchantments in play, we have payoffs like Michiko's Reign of Truth that gives a creature +1/+1 for each enchantment we control, and Skyblessed Samurai is a 4/4 flyer that we can drop for cheap once we've built out our board. We're also playing enchantment removal in 4 copies of Ossification and 2 copies of Touch the Spirit Realm. And the 2 copies of Befriending the Moths can jump a creature in a stalled board to finish off a game. So that's the deck. Let's jump into game number 1. Looks good. We'll start with Generous Visitor. Opponent mulligans. Okay, so we'll start with our Generous Visitor. Opponent plays a tap land. Go ahead and drop Spirited Companion. Counter has to go on the Visitor. And we hit for 2. Next turn, we get to play another Companion and a Fang of Shigeki. We'll see what they do. Let's go ahead and play the Spirited Companion first. Put a counter on the other Companion. Draw a card. We'll play our untapped green. And put a counter on this Companion. Hit for 4. Hopefully. Okay, destroying Generous Visitor. And we hit for 2. Next turn, we get to play another untapped land and play the Skyblessed Samurai. A little bit of a slow start from our opponent here. Yep, let's go ahead and play Samurai. And hit for 5. Maybe another Elspeth Smite. And yes, they do exile the Companion, take 3 down to 14. Would love to hit like a Michiko's Reign of Truth or something here. Okay, a Spirit Realm. We could take them off the cards from Bankbuster. Probably would be worth it. They seem to be struggling a little bit to get their game plan going. So maybe we can slow them down a little bit by exiling the Bankbuster. Make sure they don't get any cards off of that. I don't think there's a reason to play this Fang of Shigeki in case they're playing a board wipe. It doesn't reduce their clock at all. So here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think we'll go for the Fang and Michiko's Reign of Truth now. And we'll put it on, I think, the Spirited Companion just to spread out the damage a little bit. If they have removal, we'll make them remove a weaker creature.
I'm not overconfident. You're just under.
So that worked out.
You're done.
So they get to make a Samurai.
May your blade strike true.
Okay, now this time we're going to go for it on the Samurai. And see if... I mean, we might as well attack. I'll trade with that 2/2. Okay, good game. We have to mulligan this. There's no... Not a good game if we don't draw our white source. So this looks pretty good. I think we'll put back... the Ossification and just go for the more aggressive line here. Generous Visitor into Spirited Companion seems like a good start. Looks like we might eat a Play with Fire. Voltage Surge. So maybe we're playing against like the black-red Oni Cult deck. Maybe. Okay, Bitter Reunion. Discard to draw 2. And we'll go ahead and play our Spirited Companion. Let's see what they're up to. So it looks more like mono red at this point. Okay, Fabled and Mirror Breaker. So here, let's see what they're doing. The Dragon Engine. Another Bitter Reunion. Yep, good attack from them. Correctly identifying that we are not going to be blocking. And, okay, so here we play Michiko plus Touch the Spirit Realm. I want to get rid of that 2/2. Let's say they play the Dragon Engine next turn. I'm okay with that. I don't care about the 2/2 anymore. We'll just play Fang of Shigeki. Michiko on the Jukai Naturalist. Hopefully this sticks. Excellent. And we'll get in for 7. Gain 6 to 24. And now let's see what they're doing. If we draw a land, we have a good turn next turn. I'll probably use Touch the Spirit Realm on the Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. Plus play the Skyblessed Samurai would be a pretty good turn. So if they attack with the token, we will trade. They have quite a bit of mana at this point. 7. They're playing like some of the like Cityscape Levelers or something like that. Perhaps. Okay, so Mightstone. Choosing to draw. And would actually really like an untapped land here. Okay, good. Give it to the Naturalist. So they do have 2 treasures. So now here we can go Touch the Spirit Realm to exile this. And let's put Skyblessed Samurai into play before combat just so we can know we can afford it. And we get to hit them for 6. Down to 7. And assuming they don't put anything in the air or don't have any way to gain life, we do have lethal with Befriending the Moths. We get to jump the Jukai Naturalist and deal them 7. Brotherhood's End, but we do get to keep the Samurai. Let's see if they have a way to remove this now. Either debating whether to kill this thing or... Okay. Big score. What are you doing with all this mana? Okay, so Michiko's gonna flip. We'll go ahead and get down Befriending the Moths. Get in for 5. Opponent down to 2. Alright, let's see if they can go off here. It's a little scary. They have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Counting the Mightstone. Okay, Tyrant of Care Ridges. They get to shoot that for 4. Okay, so we have to draw an enchantment to be able to force Michiko through. Ooh, that was a good draw. Okay. So let's see if they can respond to this. Okay, drawing. I don't think there's any 1-mana spell that gets them out of this in the colors that they're playing. And we hit for 5. And we got him. This looks solid. We want to hit our 3rd land drop. But we'll start on the tap land. A Crawling Chorus. Just go ahead and play out the Spirited Companion. Replaces itself. Do we trade here? I think we'll go ahead and take the trade. And then this turn we get to go Visitor plus Fang of Shigeki. Put a counter. We have to put it on the Visitor. And this way we have a block. Another Skrelv's Hive. Okay, so here, let's go ahead and play our land. They're going to start getting these creatures through with Skrelv. We could jam with Fang of Shigeki. It's only +2/+2 though, but that's really our only play here. Counter on Shigeki. We'll give it +1/+1 and get in for 4. Keep Tamiyo Safekeeping up. And then we'll block whatever they attack with. They could attack with all 3. We'll block the Skrelv, obviously. If they just pay 2 life to get one of their creatures through, I don't know that that's worth it for them. These 2 Skrelv's Hives are... Okay, so that works out pretty nicely, actually. So we get to go Tamiyo Safekeeping. And they are... Sure, giving a creature hexproof. We'll block the one that doesn't. We take 2 poison. And we'll go ahead and do this again. I think we're racing here pretty clearly, so we'll go ahead and get them to 9. Deal them 4 down to 9. They lose 2 more to 7. Okay, so they get to jump a creature. And then they can give another one hexproof. Yep, make sure you give it to one that can attack. Okay, and they get to give us 3 more poison. We go to 5 poison counters. They do have lifelink now, which is a little scary. We have to pass, unfortunately, all these samurai. You don't want to draw too many of them, obviously. Bankbuster. Interesting that they're doing it there. Maybe they're concerned about removal. I'm drawing now. Pass to attackers. Yeah, we'll block all of these. We draw another Michiko. Could be in a pretty good spot. I mean, we're definitely dead next turn, so it doesn't matter. Good enough. Good enough to keep for sure. I think our first few turns are pretty scripted. We're going to play Fang of Shigeki into Naturalist, then Befriending the Moths. We will trade if they attack here. I think that's a good trade for us. Go ahead and block. Turn 2, we'll play Naturalist. Turn 3, we could play Naturalist and Michiko. They're going to get to discard something here, though. Probably Michiko's Reign of Truth, but that's totally fine by me. Okay, so here... I think we want to get our tap land down because next turn we can play Naturalist plus Befriending the Moths in the same turn. Do it like this. We'll play our tap land, play Generous Visitor, Michiko's Reign of Truth. We'll put counters on... This gets us around Cut Down. We might regret putting the counter there instead of the Generous Visitor, but... Both of those are good targets for removal. I'm not sure it's necessarily right to put one in a particular spot. Okay, so here... Again, same thing. We'll put it on the Naturalist. If we play Naturalist, we can also play Befriending the Moths. But I think we have an incentive to remove the Gix. So we can go ahead and... We'll put a counter on Generous Visitor now. We'll remove Gix. And then... We're not enabling any attacks with this right now. So we'll go ahead and play Naturalist. We'll get another counter on Generous Visitor. Again, I'm not really concerned about them killing us here. Our life total's very safe. I'd rather spread out our power and toughness. I think we have more of an incentive to do that. The opponent just passing. If we play Befriending the Moths, jumping the weaker Naturalist, we should have lethal. So we'll spread these around. And let's jump this one. And we'll attack all. I'm fine with losing one of the visitors here. There you go. Good game. And if you made it this far, don't forget to like the video and consider subscribing for future budget decks just like this one. We'll see you next time.